Namaskar. Welcome to this session. We are considering the first sutra of the fourth chapter, Janmaushadhi Mantra Tapa Samadhya Siddhayaha. And therein we considered in the last session the Janmaja Siddhi. And now we proceed to Aushadhaja Siddhi. The siddhis out of consumption of or usage, application of Aushadha. So, Aushadha is rendered as drugs in English. So there are certain siddhis which are attained by Aushadhi. We know that by Satvik Ahar we get the Sattva Shuddhi. Satvik Ahar contributes for Sattva Shuddhi. So Satvik food can have Satvik Parinam. And this is a kind of siddhi itself. If pure food is going to purify the mind, so that means it is something very close to Aushadhaja Siddhi. The Upanishads have a statement, Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhihi. This comes in Chandogya Upanishad. So by intakes purified, it says, the core consciousness can be purified. So also, there is a mention, Sattvat Sanjayate Jnanam. By Sattva Guna, by collection of Sattva Guna, amassing the Sattva Guna, generating the Sattva Guna, Jnana can occur. So, Sattvat Sanjayate Jnanam is also a similar kind of siddhi. Satvik Ahar, Satvik Vihar, Satvik Vichar, Satvik Achar will add to Sattva Vruddhi. And the Sattva Vruddhi will result into Sattva Shuddhi. The point is, there is immeasurable, awe-inspiring, awesome prowess and power in Aushadhi. So there is study of chemistry and alchemy behind mentioning this siddhi. And it is believed that miracles can be performed with the help of these Aushadhi. Ayurveda also endorses with this fact. Ayurveda also postulates there is a topic called Rasayana Pada in Charaka Samhita. And in Rasayana Pada, such miraculous powers can be attained with the help of Aushadhi. Here goes the statement with regards to Rasayanatmaka Siddhi or Rasayana Janita Siddhi, the Siddhi generated by Rasayanam. So the statement is thus, Dirghamayuhu Smrutim Medham Arogyam Tarunam Vayaha Prabha Varna Swarodarya Dehendriya Balam Param Vaksiddham Pranatim Kantim Labhate Narasayanat Labhopayo hi Shastanam Rasayanam. So Rasayana Prayogam has been mentioned in Ayurvedic texts. That such miraculous things can be attained with the help of Rasayana. Rasayananam dvividam prayogam mrushayah viduhu kutipraveshika chaivam vatatapikamevacha. So there are certain rasayanas called Brahma Rasayanam. And there is a testimony that by Brahma Rasayana, Vaikhanasa and Valakhilya, the great rishis, tapasvis, they attained enormously long life. They lived for centuries together, millennia together, because of Brahma Rasayanam. So, Rasayanam idam Brahma ayush kamam prayojayet dirgha ayum aishwaryagyam kamaschestan samashnute is the statement that you get in Ayurveda and the Rasayana Shastras, particularly the Rasayana Pada of Charaka Samhita. So there are many instances in even our Puranas and Itihasa about such miraculous powers attained by Aushadhi. Vyasa also mentions these, which we'll be seeing a little later as to what Vyasa has said in his Yoga Bhashya. The point is, with the help of Aushadhi, the Paranamantara can be really miraculous. The transformations can be very miraculous. And well, we all know about the mention of Amrutam, the elixir. Mandavya Rishi, one of the Rishis of our Puranas, he had consumed such Rasayanam, and he attained glorious superhuman powers. Shukracharya is also well known for Sanjeevani Vidya. Sanjeevani Vidya means a dead person can be brought to life. And it is mantra rupa, but it is a compound. So, all Indians are familiar with Sanjeevani Vidya and the Amrutam, or what Shukracharya possessed, and whereby many times the demons had vanquished Devatas, the gods. It is because of the Shukracharya's powers. And Shukracharya was an alchemist. So he had attained the Sanjeevani Vidya, and where the dead can be brought to life again. Bhoja, in his commentary, mentions about the great power of Mercury. So he mentions that by consuming Mercury, certain siddhis can be attained, great powers, superhuman powers can be attained. Aushadhi can also give Jnana Prapti. By consuming the Aushadhi, one can even get Jnana Prapti. Uh, and today we are familiar with concepts such as something for memory, some medicine for memory, some rasayanam for memory, some rasayanam for buddhi, dharana shakti. So buddhi, vruddhi, smarana shakti, dharana shakti can be increased with the help of certain medicinal preparations. Well, and we know what medicines can do miraculously to diseased person. So we know that medicines cure us from our problems, diseases. Sometimes fatal diseases are cured by medicines. So the medicinal power has proved its mettle, and in our times now we are very much familiar with what medicines can do. The point is, Aushadha Siddhis are there. I will just make a running reference to one of the philosophical systems in India is called Raseshwara Darshanam. Bharatiya Darshanam, there is one of the philosophies called Raseshwara Darshanam. And Raseshwara Darshanam is known for all its marvelous, prolific, alchemic preparations. Anyway, the point is, with the help of Aushadhi, one can disappear. With the help of Aushadhi, one can perform certain miraculous powers, superhuman powers. And there is vast amount of testimony to this in our Purana Sahitya and Itihas Purana Sahitya. So that should be enough to say about Aushadhi Siddhi. The next medium is mantra. Mantra Siddhi. With this, the concept is also well known. Mantra Prayogam. And through the mantras, miraculous powers can be attained. There should be no doubt about the power of mantras. Mantra Shakti, Mantra Samarthyam is indeed immeasurable. And Vyasa in his quotation, in his commentary says, Mantraihi Akashagamanam Animadi Labha. He says by mantra siddhi, one can even have Akashagamanam power. And even Animadi Siddhi, Anima, Mahima, Garima, Lagima, these siddhis also are possible in the channel of mantra. This is express mention in Vyasa's commentary. So, of course, the mantras are well known. Mantras, the very term mantra itself means miraculous powers. And we need not have any kind of doubt about the powers of mantras. In our Dhanur Vidya, most of the astras are with the help of mantra. With the mantra, you can have fire. With the mantra, you can have torrential rain. With the mantra, you can have tempest, tornado. So, the mantras can do so many things. And Indian mindset doesn't need to be told about powers of mantras. They are miraculous powers. Then comes the tapo mulaka siddhi, the siddhi out of tapasya, tapas. And well, there is no kind of remote relationship between tapasamarthya and siddhi. As a matter of fact, if you recall the topic of tapas which we discussed on earlier occasions of niyamas and kriya yoga, tapa has immeasurable powers. Nothing is impossible with the help of tapa. Tapa makes all impossible as possible. There is nothing impossible in tapas or with the tapas. Nothing improbable with tapas. The tapas samarthya is recognized by the wisdom of the Lord. The tapomulaka siddhi has also been mentioned. Kayendra siddhihi ashuddhikshayat tapasaha. So certain kayendra siddhi, certain glorious powers of kaya and indriyas can be attained with the help of tapas. So kayendriya siddhihi is what Patanjali opines, and then ashuddhikshaya is also possible with tapas. If the ashuddhikshaya goes, obstacles go. If the obstacles are removed, miraculous things can happen. So in the Sadhanapad 43rd Sutra, there is a mention that the brahmacharya siddhi. Brahmacharya is a tapa. Brahmacharya is a tapasya. And then the tapasya itself has a siddhi, which I referred to just now, which is the second chapter, 43rd Sutra, Kayendra siddhihi ashuddhikshayat tapasaha. So kaya siddhi, indriya siddhi, manasa siddhi, bauddhika siddhi, all can be attained with the help of tapas. And we did delineate on the power of tapas while we were dealing with niyamas, niyamanga tapas. So that need not be repeated here now. Tapasa sankalpa siddhihi kamurupi yatra tatra kamaga ityevam adi is what Vyasa says in the commentary. So tapasamarthyam is beyond doubt, beyond any refutation. And therefore, the siddhis which are spoken about, these siddhis are also attainable with the help of tapas. About mantraja siddhi, something remains to be told. It is like this. Now, in yoga, see all the siddhis that we considered in Vibhuti Pada, yoga siddhi. Yoga siddhis, the mysticism is that all those siddhis are attained by Om. Now, Om is a mantra. Om is a bija mantra. So, even yoga siddhis, samadhi siddhis are in a way mantraja siddhis. So, this cannot be overlooked because Om is a master key of Dharana Dhyan Samadhi, and the Samadhi siddhi of the nature of Jnana or Kriya emanates from mantra, and the mantra is Mantra Raja. The Mantra Raja is Om. So, what I little while ago said, we will discuss it later. It is this, that even yogaja siddhi is a mantraja siddhi. Samadhija siddhi is mantraja siddhi. Samadhi is always founded on mantra, and that mantra is ekakshara mantra Om. So that's how mantraja siddhi also has great importance, and primarily yogaja siddhis are all mantraja siddhi. Pranava japa, pranava dhyana, And that only results into dharana, dhyan, samadhi, and dharana, dhyan, samadhi bear out the fruits in the form of kriyatmaka siddhi and jnanatmaka siddhi. So, mantra, yantra, tantra is a great combination in our esoteric aspects of mysticism. So, mantra, tantra, yantra. This is a great triad which is in mantra shastra itself. And therefore, mantraja siddhi also we have considered. And about samadhija siddhi, it was elaborately considered in the whole of third chapter. So we don't have to now mention about that, because this got mentioned in one full chapter of Yoga Sutras called Vibhuti Pada. So, even the etymological meaning of mantra means you attain certain very secret things. Very mysterious things can be attained by mantra. Mantrayate iti is the etymological meaning, which means guhya goshti. Guhya goshti means very, very, very secret, sacred, intriguing, mysterious things are attained. That is the very meaning of mantra. One of the meanings of mantra etymologically is that. So, the whole Dhanurveda is mantraja, as I said a while ago. In Jamadagnya Dhanurveda, this is one of the Upavedas. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharveda. The Rigveda has an Upaveda called Dhanurveda. And in Dhanurveda we have Dhanurvidya. In Dhanurvidya we have so many astras, weapons, such as Agnyastra, Varunastra, Brahmastra, Vayavyastra, Narayanastra, Pashupatastra, and all these are based on mantras. The mantras are the astras in Dhanurveda. So, therefore, the mantra samarthyam can be easily understood. In the Vedic lore, much of the instrumentations are mantra. Through the mantras, all the things are attained, many of the things are attained in the Vedic ritualism. And therefore, Vedic ritualism is all mantra rupa, mantra maya. So, I recall a smriti, a quotation. Nadarupo smruto brahma, nadarupo janardanaha, nadarupa parashakti, tasmat nadatmakam jagat. Mantra has dhvani parinam, dhvani has nada parinam, and the nada parinam is everything. This is what the quotation says. Nadarupo smruto brahma. The very creator deity is Nadarupa. Nadarupa janardanaha. Janardana is the Vishnu. The power of Vishnu, the Vishnu Shakti. It is Nadarupa. Nadarupa Parashakti. Even the very Shakti Devata is Nadarupa, and therefore the whole universe is of the nature of Nada. So, well, that's a topic of mantra shastra, mantra, nada, bindu, etc. And that tells us the great efficacy of mantras. So, that is about the mantraja siddhi. And the whole wisdom of the lore says this: creation has ensued from Om. Om is a nada. Om is a mantra. Om is a bija mantra. So, if the whole universe can come out of mantras, why not the siddhis? I recall a quotation from Atharva Veda, and that is more delineated in Skanda Puranam. न तिथि न नक्षत्रम न ग्रहो न चंद्रमा अथर्व मंत्र संप्राप्त्या सर्वसिद्धि भविष्यति. It doesn't have to wait for space and time. The mantras don't have to wait for space and time to happen. न तिथि न नक्षत्र न ग्रहो न चंद्रमा. The mantras themselves have the power to generate anything, even if the time and space is not suitable. So that is what Atharva Veda has a postulation, and Skanda Puranam delineates on it. So, we had discussed the mantras while we had considered the Japa Sutra of the Samadhi Pada. So there are mantras, classification of mantras, which is just for you to revive your memory. Siddha mantra, Sadhya mantra, Susiddha mantra, Ari mantra. And some of them are Siddha mantra. So this is the classification that Mantra Shastra provides. We had discussed it while we were dealing with Ishwara Vardhana Sutra and the Japa Sutra of the Samadhi Pada. So we will not repeat it. One can go back and refer to that. So Siddha mantra are the mantras which give fruit, if not instantaneously, at a ripe point in time. Sadhya mantras are fructifying after the Japa Homa. Susiddha mantra are solid state in giving effects. Tvarita Parinama. Ari mantra are a class of mantra which can destroy the Japakaraka. One who is performing Japaka, the Japaka, one who does Japa is called Japaka, and it can even destroy the Japaka. So these are certain things that one should look into Mantra Shastra. Introductory information has been given in the Japa Sutra of the Samadhi Pada. So there are again so many classifications of mantras such as Ninda, Prashamsa, Stuti, Akrosha, Prashna, Anugnya. There are about 24 classes of mantras which one should get familiar with by looking into Mantra Shastra. With reference to mantras, the number is also important, such as 108, 1008, 10,008, 100,008, 10 million and 8, etc. 108 has important significance in Mantra Shastra. This also was discussed earlier, but just as a information, I am just bringing that back in this sutra. So the figure of 108 is very important. Ashtottara Shata. The 108 is quite significant number. In 12 hours of a day, we have 10,800 breaths. Because 21,600 is the breathing of the day. So 10,800 is the division for daytime. So there is 108. Um, so in a day, at the rate of 21,600, we have 10,800 for the day and 10,800 for the night. Then there are 27 nakshatras. 27 means 2 plus 7 is 9, and 108 is also 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. 27 nakshatras is 2 plus 9, that is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. The 9 has important place in numerics. So 24 nakshatras have 4 padas, 4 quarters. So 24 into 7 becomes again 108. Then the 9, figure 9 is said to be the figure of Brahma, or figure of Brahman, complete, largest, etc. So if you see the table of 9, all the numbers which come in table of 9 will be summing up to again 9. We have the concept of Chaturyugas. The Chaturyuga duration is 1.72,800,000. Again, the sum is 8. The Treta Yuga spans to nearly 1.2 million years and 96,000. 1.2 million 96,000. Again, the sum is 9. Dwapara Yuga, 860,000 years. So there also it sums up to 9. 8,640. 840,000 years. So sum is again 9. The Treta Yuga also sums up to 9. Kali Yuga also sums up to 9. Kali Yuga spans to 432,000 years. So all the yugas, the years of yugas, have something in the summation, the number 9. So also there are 9 grahas in astrology. So many of the important things sum up to 9, such as the 18 Puranas, 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, 18 days battle of Mahabharata, 18 Parvas of Mahabharata. So this figure 9 has a great significance. There are many coincidences with number 9, and that's an interesting thing to be considered. So anyway, the mantra or the mantra upasana can be major cause of siddhis. That is what is mentioned in this sutra. So we have considered Janmaja Siddhi, Aushadaja Siddhi, Mantraja Siddhi and Tapaja Siddhi. So these are all the siddhis apart from Samadhi Siddhis. So all the Samadhi Siddhis almost can be attained by the other means as well. So Let me slightly peep into Vyasa Bhashya here to pick up certain statements that he has made. With reference to Aushadhi Siddhi, Aushadaja Siddhi, he says, Aushadibhihi Asura Bhavaneshu Rasayanena iti evam adihi. So Aushadha Siddhi means Rasayanas. Aushadibhi Asura Bhavaneshu Rasayanena iti evam adi. So this is how it gets mentioned in Vyasa Bhashya, which it has been substantiated by the Puranas. For the mantra siddhi, he says, mantrair akasha gamana adimadi labha. Then with tapas, he says, tapasa sankalpa siddhi kamarupi yatra tatra kamaga iti evam adi. So Vyasa has briefly described about all these different kinds of siddhis which the sutra is mentioning. Now, this should be sufficient to delineate on this sutra. Now, as an enunciation to next sutra, which is Jatyantara Parinama. This is a miraculous thing. And therefore, there is a long enunciation to Jatyantara Parinam or Jatyantara Siddhi, which Vyasa has enunciated. So, we will be looking into that, but that is for next session. Namaskar, all of you.